Breaking news this evening, a fire in La Pine forces immediate go now level 3 evacuations. This is the Darlene fire, which started around 1 o'clock, about 4 hours ago. Right now, Governor Tina Kotek has declared an emergency conflagration, meaning state resources can be called in to fight this fire. We've learned it quickly ballooned to 250 acres. That's where it stands right now. It's a mile northeast of La Pine southeast of La Pine on the east side of Darlene Way and Highway 97. Residents east of Highway 97, north of Highway 31 are being told to evacuate. Isabella Warren arrived shortly after that fire started. Isabella, what's the very latest?
Now, Lee, the first thing I wanted to say is the Deschutes County Sheriff's Office has just released a notice that any residents who are in the level 3 evacuation area with large livestock and small animals, there is an animal shelter located at the La Pine Rodeo grounds with support for the pet evacuation team. Now, that is the main thing that's new right now. Like you said, all we know so far is it is 250 acres. We have seen the smoke begin to plume and get dark. As you can see, there is a helicopter flying over right now, might be dropping some water. There's another plane flying a bit more ahead. You can see the smoke pluming, and I want to let people know the dark smoke, we were told, is larger things like fire, like trees catching fire, structures. That white smoke that you see is more so vegetation, that light kind of grass. Now, a lot of the dark smoke is up in the air right now, which means a lot of these trees are burning down. But we did speak to the U.S. Forest Service. They did tell us there's been a lot of prescribed burns out in that area, and they're hoping that'll be their sort of insurance plan for this fire. Again, like you just said, Lee, Governor Tina Kotek issuing that emergency act, and she did say Lee and Marion County firefighters will be heading down to La Pine for the Darlene 3 fire around 9 p.m. Now, again, we do not have any updates. We will continue to update you as more acreage continues to grow. The winds are starting to die down. As you can see, the smoke is kind of just going straight up, but it is kind of going away from town, which is very, very good. Again, we'll have more updates for you throughout the newscast. Live in La Pine, Isabella Warren, News Channel 21.
All right, Isabella, thank you very much. Now, if you're under that evacuation notice, the level 3, go now. The evacuation center has been set up at La Pine High School. That's very important information. If you are in that area, that's the place you want to go to. You can get help and assistance as you need it there. All right, moving on. This fire grew so quickly, it created a tremendous plume of smoke. We started getting pictures and information from viewers across Central Oregon. Many of them could see the smoke from where they were, of course. The fire's in La Pine, but much of that area is BLM land. And just about an hour after the fire broke out, officials instituted the level 3 go now evacuation order. That's the highest and most serious of the evacuation orders. We're not sure how many people are affected by that order. Again, evacuees should go to La Pine High School. La Pine has a population of about 2,500 people. Now, the fire's on the BLM land, as I mentioned, and we know from previous reporting in the last few years, there are many unhoused people living in tents and trailers on that BLM land. The trails and campgrounds in that area, I'm told, are being closed and evacuated. It's not the first time that fire has affected that area. 3 years ago, a fire broke out. It was also called the Darlene fire. That one, it was eventually contained at 600 acres. Again, this one, a little more than a third of that, right now at 250 acres, but growing to the east and to the north. All right, La Pine resident and former News Channel 21 chief meteorologist Bob Shaw could see the fire very clearly from his house, and he shared his experience with us earlier.
Well, we're hearing a lot of firefighting aircraft go overhead right now, both airplanes, jets, and a lot of firefighting helicopters. The smoke has been very thick, but it has been away from our house. Winds are coming out of the south and southwest, and that means the bulk of the fire is moving toward the northeast, and it has been very, very gusty here. Unfortunately, there's some neighborhoods on a level 3 evacuation notice, and we are safe at the moment.
All right, again, that was our former chief meteorologist, Bob Shaw. He is a resident of Lapine, and obviously he could see the fire and the aircraft going overhead to help out with the firefighting efforts. With thousands of residents there in Lapine, let's take a look at those levels. I want to make it clear, level 1 means residents get ready to evacuate. Okay, we haven't heard anything about level 1 here. Have your plan and go get ready. Act early if you have to move loved ones. The next one affects areas around Lapine right now is get set. That's level 2. Get set to go at a moment's notice. Many areas outside of the town are on that level right now. The highest, most serious level is level 3. Go now, leave immediately. And this has been issued to Lapine residents around that fire. That happened at 2 p.m. today, about an hour after the fire broke out. When you get this alert, it means stop and leave without delay and do not return until it's safe. Again, it's ready, set, go, just like you learned as a child. How do you get fire alerts? This is very important. You need to sign up by texting CO Fire to 888-777. You can also sign up online by going to centraloregonfire.org. If you don't do either of these two things, you don't get those alerts sent straight to your phone or email, so that's very important. News Channel 21 will also keep you up to date on any fires. You can always go to our website, ktvz.com, and of course, you can watch us right here on air.